And a tool that I didn't think I would need when it comes to gardening, we're going to be dividing and conquering a samurai. I felt like I should have a samurai sword here or something.
I know. Well, this one's sharper. How about that?
I was expecting a cooking segment seeing this, but we're actually going to be working with plants in this one.
Exactly. So this is production season here at Phoenix. So we're potting up 25,000 pots, and one way we do that is by dividing our stock plants. And this you can apply at home too, because it's the time of year to be also dividing your perennials in your garden.
Because the perennials may be taking over.
Yeah, if you're a good green thumb and your perennials are getting really big and full, they might be taking up too much space in that location. So in this case, we have a toad lily, and it's called Samurai, and it's a little bit too big. It's time for us to propagate it to make baby plants, and we're gonna rip it apart. And
so if this was actually in the, would you actually pull this out of the ground?
Yeah, you would have dug this right out of the ground with your shovel, and then you just start dividing it up.
So I'm just kind of carefully.
Yeah, we're just ripping off.
Oh, just you can take out. Oh, okay, so you don't have to be. You gotta be gentle, but not. Also, there we go.
Be a little bit gentle, but
okay, but not as gentle as you think.
Yeah. And so then here at the nursery, you can see we have a few already prepared for you. But we're just going to bring that over.
Make a little hole.
Make a little hole, like that.
Stick it in.
Stick it in.
And then just cover it up.
Yeah, get it kind of to the right level.
I probably just totally killed it.
No, you did it. There we go.
And then
boom.
It's there. There you have it. So what a good investment for people though when they sit there and spend the money on their perennials.
Yeah, I mean, perennials are a great investment.
Yeah.
They grow, they get bigger. You divide them, and you have more. You can give them to friends.
There you go. You can give them to friends, or you can come and check out Gary here at Phoenix Perennials out in Richmond. We got lots more coming up, including working with plugs at around 7:22 there, Jody and Riaz. Baby plants, and keep in mind, Riaz, I know that you said you may at some point, but you can work with very small spaces as well. But beginners, are seeds the best way to go? Because it seems very stressful, and you have to be really talented. Okay.
Not always. So it's production season here at Phoenix, and we grow stuff from seeds, cuttings, and little tissue cultured babies. But we don't even grow everything from seed. We actually bring in little plugs like these guys that are grown from seed for us, because seeds can be very difficult sometimes.
So maybe start with something like a baby. If you can keep that alive.
Yeah. So if you're going to grow your tomatoes for the first time, get the little plants first. Then after a couple of years, try it from seed.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to fail in your first year. It's depressing.
So you have some beautiful plants here, and I love the names that they have. You have mojito,
buttered rum, blondie, sugar plum.
Sugar plum right here.
Yeah, they're all designed to make you hungry, so you'll buy them.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so we got a little plug. You can get those. They're about how old at this stage?
Gosh, they would have been grown from tissue culture, so they're maybe like a few months old.
And it's quite a science involved too.
Yeah, so this is how a lot of stuff happens in the nursery industry. They all come in as little tissue cultured babies. These are the cutting edge plants. You might be the first person in the world to see some of these ones. They come in like this, and we pot them up.
Okay, so we've got our pots here using just a basic soil.
Just open up a little hole in there.
I'm starting to get the hang of this.
I know, we're going to turn you into a gardener.
There we go.
Yeah, and then we just stick that little plant in there.
And once you do this, just very quickly too, how important is it to make sure that you throw lots of water on there, or do you have to worry about overwatering?
We'll water these at the end of the day. We already have some fertilizer mixed in here, but if you're potting up little plants yourself, you would put a little bit of fertilizer in there as well. And but you don't want to overwater.
Don't overwater, Michelle.
No, because there's a lot of soil
the babies.
Here.
We got more coming up with Phoenix Perennials just before 8 o'clock. Yeah, here in Richmond. Thanks very much, guys, where we are talking all things plants. People are, it's spring.
It's spring.
So everyone's kind of going, I got to get into my garden.
Get going, yeah.
And you got some great options that are both really trendy and hot, but also some ones that maybe people haven't seen before.
Some rare things. Yeah. We have lots of fun things here, but this is a really fun one. This is foxglove crossed with a rare relative from the Canary Islands, which I like to kind of say is like a foxglove crossed with a Hawaiian shirt.
Okay.
So you get these spires of crazy colors, and they bloom all summer long.
Excellent.
Fun.
Okay.
And then we've got a wallflower. Now, you were telling me that you were maybe a wallflower back in high school?
I think of like the high school dance, standing in the corner waiting for someone to ask me to dance, but not the same as this kind of wallflower.
Different than this one. This one likes hot, sunny spots, so it grows well on walls or other places like that, and it's called a wallflower. It's got variegated foliage in this case, which is pretty new, and fragrant, colorful flowers.
Excellent.
That's cool. And then this is really fun. This is a hosta. Everybody knows hostas. Even you do, and you're not much of a gardener yet.
Do. I kill bamboo.
But, a hosta where the leaves come out pure white and are like white fire in the shade garden, and then slowly green up by summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then eventually then the next
season they come up again pure white and slowly green up by summer. And then the last one, really rare, really fun, it's called giant Himalayan lily. It's a fragrant trumpet lily that when it blooms, can bloom at about 10 feet tall.
But it's a one-shot wonder.
It's a one-shot wonder. Once it blooms, it dies. But it makes baby bulbs at the base, and they'll take about 2 to 3 years to bloom.
So when they make them at the base, do you just leave them where they are?
You can leave them right in there, and it just becomes a nice clump over time.
I love it.
And before it blooms, it just looks like a shiny-leaved hosta.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Lots of beauty here at Phoenix Perennials. You can check out their website for hours and, I guess, upcoming classes. I want to know if we're going to see some sunshine. We're starting to see a bit of it come out here in Richmond, but will it stay? Russell Kate, you know he's got that answer. Up next on BT. Make your way to the garden and things that you can actually grow and then eat, which is so very Vancouver, Metro Vancouver.
Yeah, we're all about, edibles, cool stuff, food experiences, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you got some great options here.
We've got some fun stuff. So, brazzleberries, those blueberries and raspberries we can grow in pots that we've talked about before. The new one this year is going to be called pink icing, a bigger one. The foliage is bright pink when it comes out in the spring, and then it gets tons of tasty blueberries.
So not only tasty, but beautiful.
Yeah, and you can grow them in big pots. And then this is a weird little duck. This is a honeysuckle shrub that grows cylindrical blue fruit that tastes like wild blueberries.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine that in salads, kind of different shape. Kind of wow your guests at dinner parties.
I can see David Wallowidnick from West, muddling them for a nice little cocktail, maybe, right?
Well, then how about the new pine berries or aloha berries, which are white strawberries that taste like a cross between a strawberry and a pineapple.
Amazing.
Fun.
Love it. I gotta say though, we've been talking about some sweets, but what about some spicy hot? We are a
Spicy.
sushi town.
Sushi town, wasabi. So this is a real wasabi plant. So if you're a real foodie, most of the wasabi in Japanese restaurants is just horseradish dyed green. This is the real stuff. You harvest the roots in there, you pulverize it, you serve it up at your sushi party.
That sounds just awesome. And then cameraman Christian is really wowed
He's
by
after this
here.
one, yeah. So this is a dwarf fig you can grow in pots, and even on a plant this small will produce tons of figs.
So you can do that on your patio, no problem.
Patio. Yeah.
And then finally,
another patio option. This is a columnar apple, which will grow about 10 feet tall, but only about a foot wide, maybe 2 feet wide. You can see the little spurs forming already. These will be covered in apples. So there'll be like columns of apples you can grow on your patio or create a wall of apples in your garden.
So many great ideas here at Phoenix Perennials. Of course, you have some upcoming courses that will be listed soon on the website. And Jody and Riaz, I kind of mentioned David Wallowidnick, apparently backed by popular demand at some point, will be the
cocktail gardening.
Cocktail gardening.
Yeah, we'll be mixing
no
drinks.
date on that yet, but keep an eye on their website.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Gary.
Thank you.